"You'll embarrass me," he said. I watched from across the street as celebrities arrived. Then I made one phone call to the mysterious man who owed me a favor. He didn't look at me when he said it, just tugged at the cuffs of his tailored jacket, eyes fixed on the mirror like I wasn't standing there. "You'll embarrass me." That was his verdict after 10 years of marriage. 10 years of me draining my savings, my inheritance, my everything to keep his dream alive. He left the words in the air like a blade, sharp and final, before walking out the door to his big night. I didn't follow, not right away. Instead, I sat in the quiet kitchen of our home, the home I bought, the home he insisted he paid half for, though I had the receipts to prove otherwise. My wine glass sat untouched. My fingers traced the rim, steady, deliberate. Embarrass him. That was his verdict after 10 years of marriage, 10 years of me draining my savings, my inheritance, my everything to keep his dream alive. He left the words in the air like a blade, sharp and final, before walking out the door to his big night. I didn't follow, not right away. Instead, I sat in the quiet kitchen of our home, the home I bought, the home he insisted he paid half for, though I had the receipts to prove otherwise. My wine glass sat untouched. My fingers traced the rim, steady, deliberate. Embarrass him. Funny. Once he begged me to stand beside him. Once he said I was his anchor, his light. He kissed my knuckles in the back of greasy diners, whispering promises. When I make it, we make it. I believed him. Belief was expensive. I paid for his culinary school when he flunked out the first time. I refinanced my apartment to fund his first failing bistro. I pawned my grandmother's necklace to cover payroll when he couldn't. Love makes you blind, but paperwork doesn't lie. The cracks showed early. A late-night business meeting with his new hostess. Whispered laughter behind a closed office door. A text on his phone that wasn't meant for me. Her calling him chef like it was foreplay. I didn't confront him, not then. I learned long ago that silence terrifies a guilty man more than shouting. So I smiled at dinner, I poured the wine, I played the role. And in the quiet hours, I documented everything. The bank transfers, the emails, the contracts in my name, not his. I let him think he was building an empire when in truth, every brick rested on paperwork I controlled. Tonight was supposed to be his triumph, the flagship, the crown jewel. Celebrities, critics, investors, all gathering to toast his genius. And me? Banned. So I stood across the street, my coat pulled tight, the cold biting my cheeks. Cameras flashed as black cars rolled up. I watched as he greeted them all with that counterfeit smile, the one I used to think meant love. Then I pulled out my phone. There's a man whose name I'll never speak aloud, a fixer. 10 years ago, I did something reckless, something that could have ended my career. He buried it for me, and in return, he said, "One day, you'll have a favor to call in. Use it wisely." Tonight was that day. 1 ring. 2. His voice on the 3rd. "It's time," I said. Nothing more. He didn't need details. Within the hour, the health department arrived. Anonymous complaints, alleged violations. They stormed in with clipboards and flashlights, halting the dinner service before the first champagne cork could pop. Guests shuffled out, confused, insulted. Cameras captured it all. My husband's face. God, I'll never forget it. The sweat beading on his temple, the tremor in his voice as he tried to reassure his guests, his investors, that it was all a mistake. It wasn't, because I'd been preparing this stage for months. Those anonymous tips weren't fabrications, they were facts I'd gathered, unlogged shipments, under-the-table staff, unpaid suppliers. Every dirty corner he thought no one noticed, I noticed, and I preserved it all. By the time the inspectors finished, the restaurant was shut down, indefinitely. And the investors? They turned to me, because the documents, the real ones, showed I wasn't just his wife. I was majority shareholder, silent, patient, invisible, until now. He stumbled out onto the sidewalk, his perfect night unraveling in front of flashing bulbs. That's when he saw me, across the street, hands in my pockets, calm as stone. For a moment, our eyes locked. He knew, not how, not the details, but he knew. I crossed the street slowly, the chaos buzzing around us. When I stood before him, I leaned in, my voice low, only for him. You banned me from walking in with you, but make no mistake, this place has always been mine, and tonight I just took it back. He tried to speak, but the words choked. For once, the man who could charm anyone had nothing to say. I left him there, drowning under the weight of cameras and questions. That night, I didn't drink to numb the hurt. I drank to celebrate its end. I am not the woman who embarrasses. I am the woman who waits, who watches, who dismantles quietly until nothing remains. He took 10 years from me. Tonight, I took everything back. And I did it with a single phone call.